This is the Red Sox POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the Boston Red Sox, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Well, 2-out magic from the rookie, Roman Anthony, and 2-out magic from the veteran, Trevor Story, and a solid, yes, a quality outing from Lucas Giolito. I'm not afraid to admit it. That was a fun game to watch. Red Sox even up the series at a game apiece, taking Game 2 at Fenway Tuesday night against the Tampa Bay Rays. And with that, we welcome you into our latest Locked On Red Sox postcast. I'm Steve Lennox, longtime play-by-play announcer, MLB on ESPN Radio, college baseball on the ESPN networks, Longhorn Network, ACC Network, SEC Network, 10 years in the minors, national show host, ESPN Radio, and satellite radio, and a guy with a dangerous amount of useless baseball information. We are providing reaction every Red Sox game on the Locked On Red Sox YouTube channel, Locked On Red Sox postcast, also available on the Locked On Red Sox podcast feed, which is free and available wherever you get your podcast. On our latest Locked On Red Sox postcast, we're talking about the rookie coming through in the very first inning. Trevor Story adding on. Rafael Devers' bat looks a little slow. Jarren Duran can run, but it doesn't seem like he can run and steal bases, or at least attempt to steal bases, when Devers at the dish. Lucas Giolito was terrific. The bullpen was even better over the final 3 innings. We do want to hear from you, our everydayers and our first-timers. With us on the Locked On Red Sox YouTube channel, hit that comment button. Join the Sox conversation. If you want to continue the Sox and baseball conversation, encourage you to follow me on the X at Lennox on Baseball. We are presented by Monarch Money. Take control of your finances with Monarch Money. Use code LOCKEDONMLB at monarchmoney.com for 50% off on your first year.
This is what you'll be talking about.
Hey, the Red Sox have been scoring a lot of runs of late. But here is a true confession, as I'm going to make myself vulnerable right off the top. I love low-scoring games. I love low-scoring games. That game was a lot of fun to watch. Yes, Giolito throws the ball away on an errant pickoff attempt. They might want to work on those on off days, maybe. That's sarcasm. But this is a good Red Sox victory. Giolito gave you a good start, rebounding from last time out when he didn't make it past the second inning against the Angels. That was a dreadful start. That was a horrible start. So now, maybe, just maybe, outside of Garrett Crochet, Bayo, Giolito, maybe they're starting to, and Dobbins on Sunday against the Yankees, add him in there as well. Maybe the rest of the starting rotation starting to get it together. Now, Walker Buehler, you're next. Go home tonight, put your head on the pillow, and say, you know what? I'm going to do what the guys have done in front of me. I'm going to go out there, and I'm going to pitch a solid game. I'm going to give 6 innings of less than 3 runs. Less than 3 runs. That means 2 or 1 or 0. I'll settle for 6 innings and 3 runs or less. That's a quality outing for a big league pitcher. But we want to see that on Wednesday. What we saw on Tuesday was Roman Anthony in his very first at-bat, playing in front of mom, dad, brother, sister, Jemai Webster during the game, getting down next to the Sox dugout to interview the family. It was a beautiful swing. I really was hoping for a 2 or 3 hit game after that 2-out, 2-run base hit in the first inning to put the Red Sox up 2-0. But I'm glad he gets his first big league hit, and hey, he's got 3 RBIs in his first 2 games. Plays right field, sliding catch at the wall, about eye level, between eye level and the letters on the jersey. And probably a lot easier coming to the ballpark on Tuesday than it was on Monday, as he had to travel in from Worcester. But he's a big leaguer. And still, what's going to happen in the coming days? We've touched on it. Wilyer Abreu, Alex Cora before the game, saying, hey, he could take some swings on Friday before game 1 of the Yankee series at Fenway, and his stint on the IL, when he's eligible to come off, he may very well come off. That's prompting now the possibility, and I guess Alex Cora, Craig Breslow, and the Red Sox are open to it, Christian Campbell going down. First Nesson reference, I agree 100% with Lou Merloni. Campbell, up in the big leagues since day one. I've said it. He looks like sometimes he's got the deer in the headlights look, especially after he doesn't make a play in the field. And he did that when the Rays got their one run against Lucas Giolito. A line drive back up the middle. He was shaded up the middle, steps to his right, couldn't make the play. And I think he may have, I don't know. I sort of went away. I went back and watched it on rewind. I don't know that they showed it again, but it looked like he was actually holding his chest. Maybe that ball knuckled or something. As he was going up the middle, it kind of came back on him maybe. And it might have gotten him in the chest. I don't know. But I'm wondering if he needs glasses or his eyes checked, because he just doesn't seem to see the ball off the bat at second base, especially at Fenway, especially on hard hit balls, especially line drives. So there's a possibility he could go down. There may be at least one of the things they're considering. Alex Spear from the Boston Globe was with Dave O'Brien and Lou Merloni during the game Tuesday night, and he sort of alluded to a lot of different things, but these things do play themselves out. It seems as if Lou Merloni wants Roman Anthony in left field, Duran in center, and Abreu when he comes back in right. And he even said, put Rafael at your best of the outfielders out there. Put him in right field. You can't put Duran in right field. Doesn't have the arm strength for it. But again, Roman Anthony just looked 100% more relaxed than he did on opening night. And you've got these three guys together now. You've got Campbell, Meyer, and Anthony. Meyer, Anthony, last couple of weeks, Anthony on Monday. I think that actually feeds them, because they're going to now, the three of them perhaps, at least Meyer and Anthony, it's documented, they're good friends. They talk every day. After Marcelo Meyer came up, sharing with the Red Sox media, they talk every day. And now they'll talk every day, and no, they don't room together because you don't have a roommate on the road in the big leagues. You have your own room. But they're going to hit lunches together, dinners together, travel together, sit next to each other on the plane. And they're going to have the ups and downs together. But Giolito, solid. You'll take it. 6 innings, 1 run unearned. Errant pickoff attempt. Walk 3. Don't like that number. But 3 hits total. And how about the bullpen? Garrett Whitlock, 2 scoreless innings and struck out 3 in a row at one point in time. And then Greg Weisert comes on for the 9th and doesn't fool around. Chapman down, pitching in 3 straight games. I don't care about the pitch count. 3 straight days is a lot. I have no problem with sitting him down, and I know I'm the guy who said, hey, maybe this guy can go 2 innings in an outing, especially when he throws less than 12 pitches in his first inning. That hasn't happened yet. But terrific job by the Red Sox bullpen. Whitlock, 1, 2, 3, 7th inning on 13 pitches. Got Jansen on a strikeout to start the 8th inning, retiring 4 in a row, 3 straight batters on strikeouts. And then Yandy Diaz a ground out, and Lau, the fly out to right field, that's the one I referenced off that Roman Anthony made the catch on just shy of the wall in right field. Weisert wasted no time. 1, 2, 3, 9th inning, first save of the season. That's big. That's big for the Red Sox. Now, nitpick, had opportunities. Had an opportunity to add on in the 3rd, didn't do it. Had an opportunity to add on in the 4th inning, didn't do it. Had an opportunity to add on the 7th inning, did not do it. But Story hits the home run, and that adds to the lead. Story 2-out home run, all 3 runs with 2 outs. You love that. Bottom of the 6th inning, and he crushed it. Out of all 30 big league parks, his 9th on the season. Here's a number of the night. Trevor Story hits a home run. The Red Sox are 9-0. Let that sink in a little bit. Take that win in, digest it, do with it what you want. 9-0 when he hits a home run. 9 home runs, 9 victories. Love it. But again, impressed by Giolito, Whitlock, and Weisert. And Weisert's been solid. Whitlock, more often than not, has been solid as well for the Red Sox. But he picks up the victory, and it's a good win for Whitlock, because it's interesting with him as you've seen him take his lumps. But Whitlock picks up the victory. Again, 3 hits, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts, 2-1, his 2nd win on the season. The Red Sox are now 5-1 in his last 6 outings. Take that in. They're 5-1 in his last 6 outings, which you wouldn't think that's the case. He picks up again his 2nd win of the season, his first since May 11th, when he was terrific in a start on the road against the Royals in Kansas City. So again, lose the opener, give up a bunch of runs, score a bunch of runs on Monday night, and it was kind of ugly, right? Ugly night. Weather was better. On Tuesday, weather's going to be great for the series finale. Red Sox have an opportunity for the 7th time this year to win a series after dropping the opener. They did it against the Rays in Tampa earlier in the season. Lost the opener, embarrassed with Tanner Houck on the mound, came back and won the next two, including a start with Walker Buehler on the mound. He gets the start on Wednesday in the finale. And again, to stress to Walker Buehler, go home tonight, get a good night's rest, do your routine tomorrow with a night start, and pitch just like Dobbins, Bello, and Giolito the previous 3 days in front of you. It's the pitching. It's the pitching. That's what's needed for the Red Sox. We know that. And then you go into the weekend. One more on this game because, again, you're going to have to live with it. We're going to have to live with it. The Yankees, I believe they said 3 straight lefties in the upcoming series this weekend at Fenway Park. So with that, Meyer and Anthony are going to sit. Are they going to sit to start each of the 3 games? To be determined. But right-hander gets in there. They might not be the first opportunity as pinch hitters off the bench, but they're going to be there. They may not start any of the 3 games this weekend at Fenway Park against the Yankees, and I don't like it. I want to see them in the lineup. I would not put them against Rodon. I'd like to know the argument why you wouldn't put him in there against Yarbrough on Friday night. They may not start, but they're probably going to be coming off the bench. Defensive replacement, at bat as a pinch hitter, pinch runner, something. But right now, it seems like Alex Cora, front office, steadfast that they're not going to start, I would say, a majority of the time against lefties. So you've got 3 lefties this weekend against the Yankees. A good victory. And you know what else is good? Here's another positive. Less of me in segment number 2, some numbers of the night, and we are going to hear from you. Locked On Red Sox postcast. Red Sox even up the series against the Rays at Fenway, winning Game 2 in a low-scoring affair. I love those. 3-1 the final. Glad to have you on board. We are presented, latest Locked On Red Sox postcast, presented by Supply House. Get the supplies you need from the site made for the skilled trades. Supply House, whether you're into plumbing, HVAC, or electrical work, Supply House is the reliable way to trade and order products online. The most reliable and the reliable place to order products online. Their easy-to-use website is packed with helpful resources and the latest product information to get you in the position to get the job done and get the job done right. Plus, with a complete inventory of over 200,000 parts from 400 plus top brands, you're going to find exactly what you need delivered fast and from coast to coast. Need help with an order? Supply House offers expert support and industry-leading service, so you're always going to have the ability to talk to a real person. And for trade pros looking for that extra edge, their free Trade Master program offers exclusive perks like a dedicated phone line, free shipping, and discounts on every order. Thousands of skilled professionals are right now already taking advantage. Now it is your turn. Join the Trade Master program today at supplyhouse.com/TM to start ordering plumbing, HVAC, and electrical supplies with just a few clicks. Plus, use promo code SH5 and you will receive 5% off on your first order. That's supplyhouse.com. Promo code SH5 for 5% off on your first order. Again, supplyhouse.com. Locked On Red Sox postcast also presented by Monarch Money. Ever check your bank account and wonder, where'd all my money go? Between dining out, online shopping, entertainment, easy to lose track. I've been there. That's where Monarch Money comes in for you. Your personal CFO giving you full visibility and control over your finances. Monarch Money is not just a budgeting app. It's a complete financial command center. You can track all of your accounts, your investments, and spending in one place. So you stop just managing your money and you start building wealth. When you start using Monarch Money, you may just soon realize how much you're spending on food delivery. With that knowledge, you may budget smarter and save more. Instead of juggling multiple apps, you can use Monarch to check your finances, track spending, and even plan long-term goals. Managing money with your partner is smoother than ever. You can track shared accounts, personal accounts, set goals, and stay on the same page without the stress. Take control of your finances with Monarch Money. Use code LOCKEDONMLB at monarchmoney.com. And with that, you are going to receive 50% off on your first year. That's monarchmoney.com. Code LOCKEDONMLB for half off on your first year. MonarchMoney.com. Happy to have you on board. Talking about a 3-1 victory for the Red Sox against the Tampa Bay Rays. Right now, important to win these games against AL East opponents because you pick up ground, and I'm not looking at the division right now. I'm simply looking at Toronto and Tampa Bay in front of you in the division, and you're looking realistically right now until you get to 500 and within striking distance. Right now, you're not. You're not within striking distance of the Yankees, but you're getting closer. Slowly getting closer. Did I mention Trevor Story homering for the 9th time this season, and the Red Sox are now perfect 9-0 and Story goes deep? Yes, I did. I'll mention it again. Story's done a nice job here. Entered 7 hits. So right now he's got 8 hits, a double, 2 home runs, 8 runs batted in over his last 4 games. He's got 8 runs batted in, 11 runs batted in 9 games in June. He had 7 runs batted in the entire month of May. So he's starting to come around. Another error, adding to a major league leading 61 on the season. That error by Lucas Giolito, the starting pitcher. So the Red Sox, again, get a victory from a starting pitcher, just the 4th win for a starter in the last 27 games. And I mentioned the first for Giolito since winning at Kansas City. I believe I said May 11th. One more to go. Want to tell you about this before we get to your comments because it's Buehler and Littell. Zach Littell, 6-0 in his last 8 starts entering Wednesday's finale. Littell did take a loss in that 1-0 game against the Red Sox in Tampa, Florida, back on April 16th. That game, David Hamilton touching up for a home run, accounting for the only run of the game. Buehler win against the Rays, that on April 15th, went 5 innings, gave up 2 earned runs. Buehler, though, previous 2 starts, giving up 12 runs total and 10 earned runs. He has not picked up a victory since April 26th. To the comments we go. Glad you're with us. Locked On Red Sox postcast. Who is our leadoff hitter? The podcasting store. Holy crap. Red Sox actually won without needing Chapman on the mound. I like it. I like the handle too. Yeah. That's why I wanted to see. I mentioned the 3 innings where they failed to add on when they had threats against Tampa Bay. They didn't add on. So they win a low-scoring game 3-1. But Weisert did a nice job in the 9th inning, not allowing a runner to reach and not allowing that tying run to come to the plate. Red Sox, by the way, 4 straight games allowing a home run. That stretch was snapped on Monday. Now they've gone back-to-back games with keeping the ball in the yard as well. Red Sox diehard. Go Red Sox. Easy enough. Let's get one more from Red Sox diehard. Pitching was phenomenal. That's how you respond to last night. Congrats to Roman Anthony. Again, feel good about this victory. 4 wins now in the last 6. And you win at Fenway. If you had lost game 2 of this series, you would have dropped to a game under 500 at Fenway Park. That can't happen. With the victory, again, you inch a little bit closer as well. Baconator Sr., look at that burger. Solid win, but wish we didn't give into the mind games in the 5th inning. Really took Giolito out of his rhythm. Yeah, again, why are we wasting time trying to go back to second? The Rays steal bases. We know that. You don't have to give them help. The 2 walks in that inning, and 1 came back to bite you. And it could have been worse. It really could have been. You retire the leadoff hitter low. Caballero walks, steals the second base. His second stolen base of the game, 4th of the series. Mangum then walks. And then the error putting runners at second and third. And Giolito had a chance to get out of that inning. Struck out Jansen on 95 heat. Then Diaz with the base hit off of Campbell at second base. Then he came back and got Lau on a pop-up. But again, why are we throwing the ball around? And back to second base to keep a guy like Caballero, who not only has great speed, but he runs the base as well there. He plus runner in both speed and just the ability as a base runner. Base hit to the outfield, he's probably scoring anyway. Base hit to the outfield, Rafael is probably throwing to the plate, and more runners are going to move around on the bases. That's the negative side because we've seen a whole heck of a lot of that. A lot of that. Austin D, there you go. Let's go. Fran G, we got this. Bicep, there you go. Fran G, first timer? Welcome aboard. If you're not, apologize. Buehler, all eyes on you, bud. Red Sox diehard. Yeah, it is right now. You need to keep this train moving in the right direction with the starting pitchers. I want these guys. Crochet's the leader. He's the ace. I want these guys to I want the 5 of them right now. You got Crochet, you got Dobbins, you got Bayo, you got Giolito, you got Buehler. Those are the 5 right now, right? Who knows where Tanner Houck is, when he's going to throw off flat ground or progress here and coming back. Who knows? Richard Fitz, he's down in the minors still, building up again. But this is your 5. I want these guys right now to be like Anthony and Meyer. Buds. Inseparable. Talk pitching, talk life, get to know each other, go play golf. If you don't play golf, don't worry about it. Go play golf anyway, and don't bet on any particular hole. Don't bet at all. Keep the money in your pocket. But go out and play golf. Play 9, play 18. But these 5 together, you want to see a bond there because I do think they feed off each other. I do believe, because think about this. Think about the rough outings they had last week, especially in the first innings. That snowballs because all of a sudden you take the mound after the pitcher the day before didn't go long and you think the weight of the world is on you. Tomorrow, just go out, throw free and easy. Establish your fastball, which Dave O'Brien and Lou Merlone mentioned several times throughout the game. That's baseball. I'm not reinventing the wheel. I've said it before. Where's the fastball command? Where's a good down in the zone located fastball? Walker Buehler, as Red Sox diehard, says right there, kept it up there. I like this, letting you read the comments as well. Who's checking in? Jan, Campbell needs to go down for a while. I'm not arguing that because I've sort of been calling for that for a while. And it's just go reset. That's all. Even in that first dip out of the night for Roman Anthony, and again, he misplayed a ground ball to the outfield in his first game. I don't think he's going to do that 3 times now over the next 3 or 4 weeks. I don't. But Campbell, Anthony, even on that 2-strike pitch, he just stayed within himself. Didn't try to do too much. Campbell has taken some big violent swings of late. They said it early on in the year. Even his takes were violent. They don't say that anymore as much, but he just kind of swings out of his shoes. And I don't think the game has slowed down for Christian Campbell now being in the big leagues for 2+ months. Roman Anthony, it's just another ball game, just another ballpark. Yeah, I got another green monster out there. I had that in the minor leagues. I had that in Portland. I had that down in Greenville. I don't even know if he played in Greenville, but he certainly played in Portland. I could look that up. But yeah, it might be Campbell just needs to go down and have the game slow down for himself just a little bit. Just a little bit. Got a couple more minutes here before I maybe get in trouble. George, nice clean game finally. Giolito, finally. 13 strikeouts, though. Yeah, the Red Sox strike out a lot. What are you going to do? Put the ball in play, good things happen. I don't love the strikeouts, but the number that I don't like, and again, you only had 7 hits total. And all 3 runs scoring with 2 outs. I love that. I don't like 2 or fewer walks, and there's been too many of those games. I think it's now 18 games in the last 34, 35, one more number of the night for you to take to bed. I believe it's 18 times now. 0 walks, no walks, or 0 walks, 1 walk, or 2 walks. So that's another game. 2 walks. I don't like that number. And again, Pepiot was around the plate. You made him throw a lot of pitches. He was almost at 30 pitches in the first inning, was well over 100 for his outing. That also tells you about their pitching staff as well. They're gassed a little bit. Jen, finally a close game, close to be a relaxing game. Almost, yeah. Weisert again. Whitlock and Weisert not allowing the leadoff man to reach, especially with a walk in the final 3 innings. That makes you take a little bit of a side. It's like, okay, we can get this one. Get through this one. Put another 0 up on the board. Michael, Giolito looked good tonight. Hopefully Buehler does good tomorrow. Whitlock looking good on the mound as well. Congrats to Roman tonight. Let's go Sox. Well done. Let's get Danny in here. Couple more. Story. This is who we hoped he would be. Offensive threat, solid defense. So important for the rookies to be around him. Yeah, and they showed some shots of him in the dugout. He was on the iPad or whatever it was, and he was talking to Duran. I think Duran had that pop-up single where they couldn't take advantage of it. Where Rafael did a nice job on the bases, didn't go too far just in case the ball was caught, but was able to get to second base as well. And that is Trevor Story, and I've said it in recent weeks. it had to be hard on him in the month of May where he really struggled. How does he continue going up to guys and talking to them, having conversations? Because he's down right now. And not that a young guy is going to say, who's this guy to come up and talk to me? He's hitting a buck something here in the month of May, and he doesn't have a lot of runs batted in. No, I think Trevor Story garners respect in the clubhouse. But again, may be difficult when you're not going well at the plate. You've got to focus on yourself. And you've got to get yourself right before you can really be a confidant of young players. Let's go here. Podcasting store. Meyer, Anthony, future of this franchise. They have to show what they can do against lefties. David Ortiz used to sit against lefties until they let him try. That worked out pretty well. There's a part here, though, as well of this. I think to a certain degree, you're protecting them. Okay? And they alluded to it on the Nesson broadcast, and Alex Cora alluded to it as well. They did not see left-handers in minor league baseball the way they're going to see lefties out of the bullpen. Funky arm deliveries coming from all different angles and throwing, 95 plus, a lot of them. They didn't see that on a regular basis in the minors. They did not. So, again, to a certain degree, yes, you want them in the lineup, and I'll be the one who hammers that home. You have to pick your spots because percentage-wise, the percentages aren't in the hitter's favor, left on left. They're just not. But yes, over time, the Red Sox have track record of bringing them along slowly. And they've got to show, and it might be limited, but you've got to show, hey, I can stay in on a left-hander. Things like that. Luis, I feel good. We should feel good tonight. Absolutely. Last one. Hamilton and Campbell, my thoughts. George, what are your thoughts? Abreu comes back next week. When he's eligible to come off, one of those guys is going down. And both, Hamilton needs at-bats. But Hamilton also needs to learn that he's a utility guy, a super utility guy. And when he comes into a game to pinch run, he can't get picked off or caught stealing on a 1-3-6. He can't have a fly ball to the outfield, be at second base, and not get back to the bag or decide I can't make it. He's got to have better reads. He's got to just the fundamentals. And a lot of guys don't have, that natural flow for baseball. So, Abreu comes back. These things have a way of working themselves out. And with that, it would likely be one of those two. George, yeah. I figured that, just finishing George's thought, those are his choices when Abreu comes back. That's Hamilton or Campbell. And then with the outfield, Duran, Anthony, Abreu, Cedar Rafaela is going to probably see more time at second base as well. It's not going to be a true platoon. Rafaela is probably going to become your second baseman. You're taking a terrific center fielder and you're likely putting him at second base. Again, Buehler, Littell. Littell has pitched well for the Rays. Red Sox have an opportunity to take 2 out of 3. Hey, if they win on Wednesday, they'll have a much-deserved scheduled day off on Thursday. That's how I word it. If they lose on Wednesday, Thursday's just a scheduled day off before the Yankees come to town on Friday for the first series of the season between the two at Fenway Park. So again, as we always like to remind you, we'll be on within minutes of the final out of Game 3 of the 3-game series with the Rays and Red Sox from Fenway on Wednesday night. Locked on Red Sox. Locked on Red Sox postcast, number one place to hang out immediately after every game. Locked on Sports, your team, your Red Sox, every day. Keep the faith, everyone. As always, appreciate being on board.